folks. Philip Bateman from Bravo Charlie here, down at the Waste Expo at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre. And I'm here with Nick Morris from Teneo. And I've been hearing some fascinating things. And Nick, can you tell me a little bit about Teneo?
Look, I think basically Teneo was founded about 20 years ago in the geosynthetic world. We started off as a lining contractor, and about 4 years ago we started the civil infrastructure. We started the civil arm of the business. We've had a lot of successes going from smaller landfills, maybe to the 30 to 40,000 square metres for local councils around the Victoria and Queensland region. And then in the last year and a half, we've been able to delve into the larger projects, as you can see here, sort of 80,000 to 90,000 square metre projects. Yeah. The big thing is with these projects is they're multi-layered systems. So you start off with your compacted clay layer, which is usually done by your civil contracting so arm of the business, and then we branch off into the HDP, the GCL, and then your cushion geotextiles. So the good thing is what we do now is it's a one-stop turnkey solution to clients, where we can offer you've got one project manager, one company that you're talking to. From start to finish, it's a seamless interaction between civil and lining.
All right, I'm going to go back a little because there's a bit of jargon alert, and I want a size comparison. You said 80,000 square feet. What can I fit in 80,000 square feet?
Look, that's really up to the landfill operator or owner.
But is that a football field, an Olympic stadium?
Oh, look, I think at the moment, I think that's 12 hectares.
12 hectares, right.
Off the top of my head.
So pretty considerable sizes. Yeah. And you said geosynthetics?
So geosynthetics, that's your lining systems. Yes, please? Go for it. Yeah.
And we're here at the Waste Expo, so people are really interested in the stand, and we're sitting in the middle of it. So that's what's going on around us. Geosynthetics?
Geosynthetics. So look, it is a vast industry that we work in worldwide. Most of the products that we buy or procure for the landfill systems to meet BEPM and environmental specifications are purchased over in Malaysia, Thailand, Canada, Germany. There's some really, really good reputable companies out there. And look, Teneo have the capabilities to procure basically from factory floor, MQA testing, quality assurance conformance testing on site, to install and basically and finalisation for the client there.
And Teneo, the word?
Teneo. So Teneo is Latin for containment, so to hold. Yeah. So we thought, that's basically what we do. We don't try and go out and build roads. We don't try and go build infrastructure. We stick to what we know. We stick to landfill containment.
Wonderful. And your 5-year plan?
What is it plan.
And how's it going?
So, as I said before, we started off as a lining contractor. 5 years ago, we sat down as a management team, and we said, where do we want to be in 5 years? And it was principal contracting, civil and earthworks, with the integrated lining and geosynthetic installation side of the business. We've done that in 4 years. So we've had some successes along the way, and hopefully some more successes to come in the future.
And you were in Seoul a few weeks ago.
Yes.
What stood out to you about that experience?
So look, the International Geosynthetic Society holds a conference every 4 years, and they host it in different areas of the world each time. This time was lucky. We were in the Asia Pacific region. We were up in Seoul, Korea. And basically, we got to see all the different research coming in from the world, from different there's a few different universities from around the world, different technologies coming into the market, which was pretty exciting for us, because then we get to bring that back to design engineers, we get to bring that to potential clients.
You were telling me about a landfill waste.
Oh, yeah. So that was the 5-day conference, and then we moved into it was a technical visit to a landfill in Seoul, and like that was mind blowing. Like the technology that they've got over there, we're looking at gas collection systems that are running a 50 megawatt power station. You've got a biogas digester, anabolic digester, that's also feeding back into the grid. And from memory, I think it was 440,000 homes can be powered from an existing landfill cell. So look, there's some very, very interesting and some high-tech solutions coming out from different parts of the world, and hopefully that we gather that information and we can feed that back into the Australian waste.
And hope aside, because hope is not a strategy.
Hope is not a strategy. Well,
now that China aren't taking our waste, and we've got landfills everywhere.
Correct.
We're here at a collections expo, waste recycling expo. We're talking about containment. We're talking about crushers and doing things with our waste. what do we need to do as a nation?
Look, I think
You're on the inside?
I'm hopefully on the inside. Hopefully that will do. Look, I think the big thing is education. I think there's a lot of people out there selling some very good products, and there's a lot of good consultants out there with good ideas and good applications and good design. And hopefully there's a lot of good installation contractors. But again, it's really up to the asset owner to fully understand what they require, and hopefully try and get a cost-effective solution for themselves.
I know Europe spends a lot of their time clustering, for want of a better term, around technology innovation. I know Australians are pretty reticent to talk to their neighbour.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'll just say that. Clustering, these really amazing people getting together, and, there's so many company owners out there, you're probably one of them if you're watching this, where you can reach out to your neighbour, come together with a solution, and Food Innovation Australia Limited, the different clustering groups and things, they're looking to invest in consortiums who want to bring a solution to councils. And now more than ever, we've got to do it. Now we're just chucking all the recycling in the waste, and as I just found out, you got to cover your landfill every day.
Yes, correct. So that's to control odour control and also pollution floating off into the distance.
There's a team over there with plastic covers that they put out every day, because apparently you need to put dirt on your landfill at the end of every night.
And look, again, talking about technology, that's a great technology in regards to, yes, the asset owner, the landfill operator, that saves airspace. So if you can do that every night, you might be saving 200 mil of airspace purely from that technology. So look, it is a good one. We don't do that, but that's another.
And so for somebody coming to Teneo, what's the low-hanging fruit for engaging with you? What's the thing how much money are they going to spend with you to get the most value?
I guess the main thing that a potential client of ours would see is that you're dealing with one person. So you're dealing with the civil contractor linked in with the geosynthetic installer. You're not having to deal with layers of subcontracting. So you might get to one of the biggest problems we faced as a lining contractor years ago. We get a phone call saying, we want you to line this. We've got a dam, or we've got a brine storage pond or a landfill that we need lined. They'd say we need you to do it next week or the week after. And so these materials that you see that go into the landfill cells, they have to meet a specification, and these aren't specs that we dream up. They're governed by the EPA, which is fantastic. But you're looking at 6-week lead times to get into the country. You're also looking at about 3 to 4, depending on the product and the specifications. You're looking at another 3 to 4 weeks of conformance testing once it arrives on site. So these are the big things that clients or asset owners, councils need to be aware of. Basically, because you don't want, you might say to pass that on to the contractor. However, you as an asset owner, you don't want to be looking at, another 2 months when your airspace and your other cells loading up. So look, one of the benefits of using Teneo or even talking to Teneo is that we can provide a solution based on you dealing with one person. Okay, you're dealing with a contractor and an installation geosynthetic installer.
And has there been a history where the EPA has rolled out remediation action requirements to landfills where they've had a critical failure in their geosynthetic material?
Yeah, definitely. So, look, one thing I would say is the EPA, or the BEPM, Best Practice in Environmental Management in Victoria, it has been classified in. I talked to a lot of international guys, and they say it's one of the strictest regulatory bodies or specs in the world. I would tend to agree, but I think that's a good thing. I think, honestly, there's been some things in the past that have happened, some products that have been imported that shouldn't have been imported. Installation, maybe not as high spec as it should have been. So I do. It sorts the cowboys out from the real installations. And there's some great installers out there, and there's probably ones you have to watch out for.
And if there's one thing you wanted people in the world to know about Teneo, what would you tell them?
Look, I think one of our ethos is no surprises. Okay, this comes from the managing director all the way down to the guys on the ground installing. There's no surprises in what we do. We're very transparent in how we do business. And look, I guess the main thing is, I can sit here and talk about how good we are. It's maybe talk to some of our clients or references. Put a phone call into us, give us a call, and then we can put you in the right direction. We may or may not be able to help you. Hopefully we can.
And if there's one thing you wanted Australians to know about the state of waste in this country, what would you tell them?
Look, I said, do your research. 100% do your research. Go out there there's some great designers, great installers, great civil contractors. really understand the lead times and the technology that will be going into your landfill cells or water containment facilities, but do your research.
Beautiful. Thank you for watching. If you want to contact this gentleman, obviously all his information will be in the description, or we've said the name enough times that you'll probably be able to look it up yourself. And please share this video, leave a comment, get involved, because it helps us do more of them and get the exposure out to wonderful Australian companies who are doing amazing things.
Very good.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Ciao.